The year was 1968 at Pittsburgh State University, and Steve Ream had just started his shift in the cafeteria kitchen washing dishes.
Who didn't eat their meatloaf? Meatloaf is the best. One day I'll marry someone who'll make me meatloaf every night.
Little did he know that in the cafeteria the girl of his dreams was leaving. The next day in the cafeteria,
I'm sure glad they're not serving meatloaf again tonight. I'm not very fond of meatloaf. The meals they serve here aren't very memorable.
Hey, who's that girl over there?
Who? Oh, that's little Mary.
No, not little Mary. The girl next to her. The one with the blonde hair.
What? I didn't have blonde hair?
Yes, you did.
No. It might have been dishwater blonde, but it certainly wasn't blonde.
Oh, you mean Sarah Cox. The girl I date hangs out with her.
I think I'm going to ask her out on a date.
Sloppy Joes. Why not Tidy Joes?
the next day, Steve made his move.
Hello.
Sarah, would you like to go to a movie tonight with me at the Science Auditorium?
A movie? Sure. Oh, I remember that movie. It was A Patch of Blue.
How could you possibly remember that?
I don't know.
It's been over 50 years and you still remember those free Sunday night flicks at the Science Auditorium?
Of course.
Later that Sunday night,
The large wasn't big enough, so I got us the jumbo.
Right on, Steve. I like the way you think.
Shh, it's starting.
Ah, sweet nectar. Ah. Huh, huh. Is it 3 o'clock already?
Steve, did I ever tell you what happened the day after our date?
Not that I know of.
Well, Mary Ann and little Mary invited me to their dorm room the next day to talk. I was super excited to tell them about our date. I thought I was really living because you were an upperclassman, so handsome, and I was just a lowly freshman.
Sarah!
Hi, Mary Ann.
Come on in, Sarah, and tell us about your date with Steve. Oh, and sit in the rocking chair. You tell way better stories when you sit in the rocking chair.
Okay.
later at the cafeteria,
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Sarah.
Christmas break is coming up. Can you give me a ride to my parents' house?
Sure. Anything for you. Ah, I remember that. That was just before Christmas. I'd given rides to lots of kids for payment. But for you, dear, it was always free.
As long as I typed your papers.
Well, yeah. but I would have given you a ride anyway.
Soon, Steve and Sarah started spending lots of time together.
Hey, Steve, do you remember that literature class that we had together?
How could I forget it?
Not your best, Tex. Margins, 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 Bob. Good job, Sarah. Steve, you've improved. Typed even. Watch that grammar, Marianne. Nice job, Mary. All right, class, open up your textbooks to chapter 32. As you'll remember, Silas Marner.
Yeah, those were the days. I worked hard through school, but driving kids around for money and working at the cafeteria kitchen didn't pay the bills. I had to figure out some extra ways of making money. About 2 years later, I remember old Tex and I had gotten a job painting some apartment buildings to get a little extra cash.
So, Steve, you think you're going to marry her?
Yep.
Hey, who's that big hairy student with the big whiskers?
I don't know.
So, when do you think you're going to get married?
I don't know. Maybe after she graduates. But something about June 3rd feels right.
2 years later, wedding bells rang. On June 3rd, 1972, a newlywed couple walked out of the church into their new life. Steve and Sarah were married. They were going to have a house, a few dogs along the way, a family, and a great life together.
So, Sarah, how are you at making meatloaf?